All right, guys, welcome back. I wanted to make another video here. In the previous video, we went over the time and price template, which are this large cyan line right here is a major time and price level, and these magenta or purple lines here are swing price levels, just a smaller form of a price and timeline. It's a shorter time frame. And then you got the dotted magenta lines near the end of these swing lines, which are transitional points. But that's not really what I wanted to focus on. I mean, there's a couple of things on here that I wanted to go over, but if you notice, I've got a couple of three different lines on here. I've got this red institutional line right here, as I have it marked institutional. I have a time and price line, this yellow line here, and I have a DT7 line, which stands for Diatonic Time. Um, and I'm not going to get into all the diatonics and all that stuff right now. It's pretty darn nice tool though. It's relatively new. I probably developed it like 3 years ago, maybe. Um, but it works really well. One of the other things that you're going to find, and this isn't mystical or anything like that, but the numbers 7 and 3 are going to come through when you're trading the markets over and over and over and over again. I'm telling you this from experience. I'm telling you this based upon 30 years of studying this stuff, that the numbers 7 and 3, whether it's a displaced decimal or a straight across or whatever, you're going to find that they have a very important basis in financial markets or any traded market, period. And I know that here's another thing: the majority of people that talk about different numbers in the market always seem to want to go with five. 5-day moving average, 5-hour moving average, blah blah blah. I'm telling you right now, base everything that you use on a 7 or a 3. And maybe I'll make a video later on about why those numbers are so important. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to dispel a lot of crap that you've probably been taught. And you've probably found out the hard way that it doesn't work. But that whole premise behind the 5 being some magical number in the markets is hogwash. Anyway, this is the Nasdaq Futures. And like I said up here, I've got the prop lines on there. The prop lines are the institutional, the time price, and the DT7. I also use a large speculator line, but I don't have that on here because we're not really gonna delve into that right now. What I wanted to show you is a couple of things, and keep in mind that these lines are known way in advance. I mean, once again, as I said in the previous video, with these time and price templates, I can calculate these out 50 years if I want. I can calculate them out 100 years if I want. And you know why? Because time doesn't change. I could get into a whole spiel about that, but I'm not going to. But I can calculate this stuff out. I can calculate these lines out 50 years if I want. So anyway, all of these levels are known as far in advance as you want. I try to keep it relatively simple. I don't try and calculate this stuff out too far because it's just all the more crap you got filling your head up. And with trading, you need to keep your head even. Anyway, all I really wanted to do is quickly touch on these lines. And as you can see, once again, I'm telling you, this is August 25th, which was yesterday's trading. And so I'm not cherry picking this stuff. I mean, this stuff you'll see going to the Facebook page that all of this stuff is proven on its own merit. But anyway, there's a couple of really nice things in here. One of them is when price broke down and hit this major level and then came back up to the institutional level and then broke back down to the institutional level. That was like the perfect setup. That's like licking your chops and saying, all right, baby, we're going to rock and roll to the downside. And then, I mean, we're blessed with a gift. It comes back up to the institutional level again and fails. So now we got another one that's just screaming to be shorted. And that's exactly what we ended up doing. And it ended up cascading lower. But you can also see on this chart that these levels of price and time have, I mean, look at this. I mean, you can see, look at over here during this transitional time, how we held, right? We held here, here once we broke, and then we came. The nice thing, too, about this right here is the fact that we came to the institutional line, almost touched the swing line. So that was big, too. I mean, it's like you're getting double confirmation. And then over here, you see in the transitional right here that we held twice. And when you when you come up here and you touch and you back off and you swing down to the next purple swing, and then you come back up to the previous, especially when you're in a transitional, I call this the 1, 2, 3. You better be licking your chops on that, because as you can see, this is exactly what happened. It just absolutely got cremated, got decimated. And that's a beautiful setup in and of itself. But I don't want to go through all these different setups right now. Really, the primary reason I made this video is just so you can see the institutional line, the time and price line, and the diatonic time line, the diatonic time 7 line, and see them in action and how they performed. And you can see this institutional line was pivotal throughout the day. A top there, a top there. You hit it, you backed off, you hit it, you backed off, you hit it, you backed off, you hit it, you backed off. You finally went through, you came back down, you tested it again. I mean, that's huge. And then near the close, what do? We come back up to that institutional line where we can expect institutions to be on their game and ready to rock and roll. And you backed off from that as well. And you got the two lows here at the DT7 line, and the time and price was also a factor in yesterday's trading. But I just wanted to throw that out to you guys so that you can see these things and how they impact price. So I'll probably be making quite a few videos here, so because there's a lot to go over. But go to the Facebook page and check it out. I think you'll be it's worth every second of your time, and you can see how all these levels work and so on and so forth. So until then, I will talk to you guys later. Feel free to drop me an email on the Facebook page if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer those. And I hope all you guys have a great day trading. I'll talk to you later.